Welcome back, everybody. My name is CringeyJesse, and this is another F124 video, and I have terrible news. This is about to be a longer intro, but I will try to keep it short and sweet. You can see down there, it says the Texas Grand Prix is coming up, which means we are going to COTA, and I bet you're wondering what happened to Singapore. I would like to know the same thing, because the only thing that recorded for Singapore was literally the intro. It was literally the intro. Qualifying did not record. I remember I did qualifying. It was really late at night, and another friend, he's like, "Hey, you want to play Baldur's Gate?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's play some Baldur's Gate. I'll finish this later." And then I went to finish it today after the Silverstone race. So, as I finish recording the actual race, it said gameplay did not record. Gameplay did not record. Now, for anybody who watches these videos and you play on a PlayStation, if you've ever recorded anything on a PlayStation, you know when you hit that record button, there's a little timer that pops up. It says 1, 2, letting you know that it's recording. Or you can go in and you can hit save gameplay for however long you want to go back and save. I hit the record button because I don't like guessing how long I need to record for. So anyway, and then I got done with the race. I did the outro. I hit stop record. It said gameplay did not record. What do you mean you did not record? So I went in, I looked for it. The only thing I could find was literally the intro. So I'm a little mad at that. So we're really hoping that this one records, and I will find out after the intro if it does record. If this doesn't record, then I'm just going to give up on everything. So we're going to look at the standings real quick. We're going to go look at season results for Singapore. You can see that I have won that race, and it was a very, and I mean a very tight race. I started in P6. It was raining, and then a safety car came out as the rain went away. So I went into the pit lanes to switch onto medium tires, and I came out, and when other people who had passed me because I was in the pit lane, they went in, I passed all of them, and then I saw that they all got on hard tires, and I was thinking, man, maybe I messed up, because it was like lap 9 out of 22, I think it was. And then the next group of people that were in front of me, they went into pit, and they came out also on hard tires. And then there was 3 cars in front of me still on intermediate tires. They did not pit. I believe it was Logan Sargent, Lando Norris, somebody else, I can't remember, but they all went into the pit lanes. They came out on hard tires. I saw that at the end of the race. So everybody was on hard tires. I was the only one on medium tires, and I was thinking, dang, I messed up. These medium tires are not going to make it. But I was like, at the same time, they should make it. They should make it. It's only after the safety car went in. I think the safety car went in on lap 12. I technically had like 10, 11 laps to go on it. So I was like, I should be able to make it. So when the safety car goes in, I am in first place, right? Technically, the safety car was going in. I was in 4th place because the 3 intermediates were still out there, and they just followed the safety car into the pit lane. I don't know what they were thinking. Anyway, so first place, I'm going. Fernando Alonso never left me alone. I could not break Fernando Alonso at all. Max Verstappen he ended up behind somebody. I want to say he was behind Oscar Piastri. Oscar Piastri finished in 5th place. But he was behind somebody. Me and Fernando Alonso fighting, and I mean fighting, the rest of the race. We had a 4-second gap on everybody in between us. Once Max Verstappen got into 3rd place, by the end of the race, he caught up. So now it's me, Fernando Alonso, Max Verstappen fighting for 1st place, but I'm not letting them pass me. Like they'll get by me and a little past me at the edge of a corner, but I take these corners a lot better. So not one time did they pass me, but we were fighting for 1st place, and I'm not gonna lie, I was sweating, and this would have been, honest to God, probably the best, most exciting race to ever have happened, but it did not happen. So I finished in 1st. Fernando Alonso took the fastest lap. He finished in 2nd. Max Verstappen finished in 3rd. Then Charles Leclerc in 4th. And then Oscar Piastri in 5th. Let's see. 6th place was Lewis Hamilton. Where's 7th? Oh, seventh's not on this list here. Seventh place was Pierre Gasly. Eighth place was Alexander Albon. Daniel Ricciardo got ninth place. And P10, wherever P10 is, there he is, Esteban Ocon. So it was a double point finish for Alpine. Alexander Albon got more points. What was I saying? Daniel Ricciardo got some points. So that's gonna mess up the standings a little bit as we go to look at that before we start Coda. Max Verstappen still leads with Fernando Alonso in second, and then I jumped up to P3 in the driver's standings with 191 points. So if I can keep getting in front of Fernando Alonso, which Fernando Alonso and his car, let's go look at that real quick. Their car is top notch. Like, Fernando Alonso has been zooming these past couple of races trying to catch up to Max Verstappen in that Red Bull. But so I mean, it's possible. Charles Leclerc in P4, Carlos Sainz P5, Lando Norris P6, Lewis Hamilton jumps his teammate George Russell for P7, George Russell drops down to P8, Sergio Perez in P9, and Oscar Piastri finishing out the top 10. And now you can see that the top 10 actually have more than triple digits, all of them, which is crazy. Kevin Magnussen P13 with 17 points. Constructors, however, Red Bull on top, 455 points. They're very close to being 100 points over Ferrari, and then Mercedes in P3. Aston Martin and McLaren P4, P5 tied with 270 points apiece. And honestly, I can see Aston Martin and McLaren moving up to the P2, P3 spot. Because, like I said, Aston Martin, we just looked at their car. Aston Martin's the best car on the grid at the moment, right? McLaren, well, they're like the fourth best car on there. Mercedes, fifth. We're sixth. Ferrari is third, but I don't know what's been going on with the McLaren boys. But I mean, even in my co-op career with a friend of mine, the McLarens, they're bullies, man. They're straight bullying. So Aston Martin and McLaren, they could easily be P1, P2. And here's another reason why I say that. If we go back to yesterday's race, Lewis Hamilton finished P6, but George Russell, he didn't finish inside the points. Charles Leclerc finished P4, and then Carlos Sainz, wherever he is, where's Carlos Sainz? Carlos Sainz didn't finish in the points. He's P18. He finished P18. So now you look at Lando Norris, he didn't finish in the points, but Oscar Piastri, he finished P5, which is higher than Lewis Hamilton, so he did better there. Unfortunately, though, it was Carlos Sainz. No, Charles Leclerc finished P4, so he did stay in front of Oscar Piastri. Fernando Alonso finished P2, which was higher than Max Verstappen, who finished in P3. It was higher than Charles Leclerc, who finished P4. It was higher than Lewis Hamilton, who finished P6. So he ultimately did better because George Russell didn't score points. Sergio Perez, he did not score points. Who was it? Carlos Sainz? Carlos Sainz did not score points. So, Lance Stroll, he also did not score points. But, I mean, with Lance Stroll, we should have known that. But, yeah. Anyway, after that, we also have a new rival. Where's that at? Right here. Our new rival is Oscar Piastri, and it is a driver rating rival. So the first one to 86, I believe it is, because I'm sitting at 83. So the first one at 86, he's an 84. So he has 2 overalls to go. I have 3. So he is doing better in that one. Overall, though, for looking at the standings, I'm not close enough to Fernando Alonso for them to do a battle there. But Charles Leclerc, however, with 187, if he can do better than me, I'm sure they'll put me and him in a battle together on that one. Anyway, so that was basic recap of Singapore, and now we are looking forward to COTA. So I do apologize for this extra long, and I mean extra long, intro. But we're going on to the specialists. Keep tires below. Complete 3 sessions without damaging your car. The wind tunnel's not there. Achieve position 11th or better in qualifying, including the sprint. Finish in a better position than your teammate in qualifying, including the sprint. Finishing on, I like that one. Let's see. Complete 6 laps without any penalties or warning during a race weekend. Receive fewer than 2 corner cuttings. Okay, I'll do that one. And then the last one, the strategy, complete a driven lap in 3 different sessions. That's practice, that's quali, that's the race. Easy. All right, so there is that one. And yeah, we are off to quali. We're off to quali. So as we simulate up there to see if we get anything besides weekly resources, we have an ECU and improved energy store cells coming in, and the ECU did not come in. So let's go ahead and stop that one and see if, where's that ECU at? It's not there. We're going to need to tell the team what to redevelop via the R&D screen. Can we rush it? Oh no, we'll still get it before if we don't rush it. Oh yeah, we'll still get it. Easy. Easy. Alright, so let's go back in there. Got some more weekly, and then we got rotors. Rotors? No, the rotors didn't come in either. Where was rotors at? Was that also engine? It was. Oh, wait, that's going to come in after. Can't rush it, though. It'll be here for the Mexican Grand Prix, though. Can't be mad at that. ECU? Heck yeah. Turbo reliability testing? No, we did not get that one. Alright, so after R&D, we are still... Oh, but there's some movement. Red Bull now on top with Aston Martin in second. Ferrari, Mercedes jumps McLaren. And then we are right there with McLaren. So maybe. You know what I'm saying? Alright, so where was that other one that failed? Was that also in the engine? It was not in the engine. What was that other one? Oh, it was probably in here. Yup. We're going to get... Oh, after Brazil? Ew. But, I mean, at least it'll work. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video. I will catch you at qualifying, and then we'll talk more at the end. Here we are in Q1 here in Texas, as we are about to come across through the final turn here. Just a couple of heads ups. This was a sprint weekend, but we skipped all of the sprint things. We'll talk about more of that later. Our Q1 lap was good enough to get us into Q2, as here we are in Q2. We come across the line with a 132.3. It's good enough for P1 at the moment. However, it won't be P1 to get into Q3, but we do make it into Q3 as we come across the line for our first lap here in Q3, which will be good enough for P3 with that 132.6. So, as you all know, we usually go out on our first lap with old tires. So, on the next lap, we got to go through it on clean tires. Purple sector 1, purple sector 2, and about 5/10 up on our previous lap. Coming around the last turn, we cross the line, and this is where we get told we got P1. We got pole position at our second home race of the season. One more qualifying to go after that.
Well, you don't need me to remind you that Formula One is now so beloved in the United States that we race here 3 times a year. But let's give respect to COTA, or the Circuit of the Americas, to give it its full name. This place laid the foundations for this moment and still remains the host of the US Grand Prix. It's the Circuit of the Americas then, situated 14 miles outside of the great city of Austin. This is a 3.6-mile lap with 20 corners, 10 to the left and 10 to the right, and top speeds of around 200 miles per hour. Overtaking opportunities are available into turns 1 and 12, especially with that rear wing DRS wide open. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Jesse lines up on pole position, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Fernando Alonso, Leclerc, Hamilton, Perez, Sainz, Stroll, Russell, Albon, Ocon, Norris, Gasly, Ricciardo, Oscar Piastri, Magnussen, Bottas, Joe, Sargent, and Yuki Tsunoda. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
We're still in with a chance of winning this title. We need you to push as hard as you can in the 5 remaining races.
Our man literally just said we have a chance of winning the Drivers' Championship as 5 red lights are gone, and away we go. A little bit of a slow start for us here, as Max Verstappen has a great start. Fernando Alonso has a great start, but best diver in F124 You best believe you better not leave that inside open, because I will take it. So that puts me back up into P2. And now I have to get in front of Verstappen if I want my race engineer's words to come true and give me a shot at winning the Drivers' Championship in my rookie season. Like, that would be fantastic. As you can already see, though, here on lap 2 down the DRS zone, we take P1, but you can see the rain trickling down already. So part of me was thinking, man, maybe I should have went with the softs, but I opted for the mediums either way. Max Verstappen coming back down on the inside here. The track's getting a little slippery, so maybe the mediums were the best choice. I don't know if any of the slicks really have a better time in slippery conditions, as me and Max Verstappen still side by side looking for a race win here. I would love it to help my chances of winning this Drivers' Championship in my rookie season. I still have a couple of really hard tracks to get through, but hey, each win is better. Max Verstappen gets back in front of me here on lap 4, and we both decide to go into the pit lanes on lap 4, moving into lap 5. So now I'm really thinking, yeah, maybe those softs would have helped me gotten away from them just a little bit. As you see that line of cars coming in behind me, and I'm really hoping to slow down Max Verstappen a little bit, and it did just that as we get out right in front of him out here on our inters, coming out in P7, but ultimately P1. So that is good signs, as the virtual safety car, which we completely skipped because I don't even know why we got it. Esteban Ocon retired, and then we got a virtual safety car. So I'm assuming somebody hit Esteban Ocon. But as we come across the pit lanes here, we are going to be P1, Verstappen P2, and Lewis Hamilton P3. Moving on to lap number 7. Just because I was ahead of him and just because there's no DRS does not mean Max Verstappen's still not fighting for the race win here. As we cut the corner just a wee little bit, we argued with the FIA and we told them that, you know, it's because there was no room, and they was like, all right, we'll let you slide without a warning. We will have P1 back. But now on lap 12, over halfway through the race, Max Verstappen will take the inside. I'll hold on to the outside this time because you can only use the there was no room so many times. But it doesn't matter. We will have it because we have the inside on the next turn. And like I said, if you don't want me to pass you with a dive, whether it's wet, whether it's dry, don't leave the inside open. Just don't leave it open. Here we are on lap 15. Max Verstappen, he's still fighting for P1. This time he has the inside again, but I'm going to have the outside. He's just going to get in front of me and slam on them brakes. He's just going to slam on them brakes. That's wild. However, I will say, though, visually, this game, because I don't remember it in the other games, and I know they made this a talking point, seeing the racing line dry up while it's raining looks absolutely wonderful to me. I like it. It doesn't help me at all because I'm still slipping and I'm still sliding and having to overcorrect my driving and everything, but it looks wonderful as we are here on the last lap, coming around to the last turn on my rookie season in my second home Grand Prix, not only for my team but for myself. We come across the line.
Yes, guys, yes! Come on, boys! Ah, fantastic drive. That's just fantastic. Amazing. You deserved that race win. Well done, mate.
Well, it's certainly been an incredible year for Formula One, and our drivers have all pushed themselves this season, making it one of the most compelling years of racing in history. There can only be one champion, however, and here they are now, our new Formula One World Drivers' Champion. They take the checkered flag then here in Austin in what has been another fabulous Grand Prix. Haas no doubt happy with today's performance, having secured the win here this weekend, and our drivers are making their way out for the podium celebrations as we speak. absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action. I can't wait to see what's next.
And that is the end of the Texas Grand Prix. Max Verstappen winning the Drivers' Championship for the year, which is kind of funny to see since my race engineer literally told me at the beginning of the race, you heard it just as well as I heard it, that I still have a chance to win it. But unfortunately, there will be no Rookie Drivers' Championship this time around. We do win this race, however, to keep this video short, I completely skipped all of the sprint things. So let's go take a look at the sprints. We come in first place after starting in second place. Lewis Hamilton comes in behind, and then Max Verstappen hitting third place. Then you have Charles Leclerc, Sergio Perez, George Russell, Fernando Alonso, and Lance Stroll all scoring points in the sprint race. And then in the regular race, as you saw qualifying, I qualified on pole. Then we lost it to Max, but then we got it back in the pit stop. What an epic pit stop. Poor Max got stuck behind all that traffic. We come out in front, and we don't let him, well, he got by a couple times, but ultimately we win the race. So we win this one, Max Verstappen getting second, Lewis Hamilton getting P3. Then it's George Russell, Charles Leclerc, Fernando Alonso, Lance Stroll, Carlos Sainz, Sergio Perez, and Alexander Albon getting points. Once again, our teammate Kevin Magnussen is starting P16, ending in P15, and we're not trying to get, we don't care, but he's the only person not to get points, bro. We need you up there. We need you up there. So as we go and look at the standings, drivers' standings is Max Verstappen as he has won. Hold on. I don't think that's correct. They gave it to him. Max Verstappen is the Drivers' Championship winner. Fernando Alonso in second with 239 points. And then we are in third with I'm sorry. Did I say 239 or 139? Anyway, blah, blah, blah. Fernando Alonso in second, 239 points. We are in third place with 224 points. We're actually not that far behind Fernando anymore. So there's a chance if we can continue to stay in front of Fernando, we can get P2 in the championship. Anyway, Charles Leclerc in P4, Carlos Sainz P5, Lando Norris P6, Lewis Hamilton P7, George Russell P8, Sergio Perez P9, Oscar Piastri P10. Then after that, you have Lance Stroll, Alexander Albon, Kevin Magnussen P13, Esteban Ocon, Daniel Ricciardo, Pierre Gasly, and then Yuki Tsunoda, Zhou Guanyu, Valtteri Bottas, all still inside the single points, and then Logan Sargent with absolutely none. Moving on to the Constructors, Red Bull on top with 486 points, 109 points in front of Ferrari. Then Mercedes in fourth, Mercedes in third, Aston Martin in fourth, McLaren still with 270 points, so they didn't score any. Aston Martin breaks that, and they move forward. Haas in P6, Williams P7, Alpine P8, Visa Cash App P9, and Kick Sauber P10. Accolades. Quantity of podiums. That's going to increase the racecraft by 3,000. Can't talk. Ratings rivalry. We are both 84, so that is a spoiler for the overall screen. Speaking of the overall screen, experience goes up to 71. Racecraft 81. 81. 88. 81. Experience, bro. We got to get you up there. Up there. You're probably going to be the last one up there. 84 overall. And, ooh. Keep going at this rate. We'll be 85 overall very soon. Sorry about that. Trying to keep this short and sweet. Back to 55%. What do you mean by that? You was 55% in the last video. Yes, I was. But something, like I said, something happened during Singapore where the video just didn't record. And it put me back down to 54%. It had put me back down to 54% because I'm also back down to 4% bonus. I don't know how you go from like 5% to a 4%, but it is what it is. And the specialist, I did not get the manufacturing one, but I did get the power unit, the strategy, and the material fabrication. So still in honor of trying to keep this short and sweet, Texas is out of the way. We're going to look at some driver details right quick, and you can see that white line. We're doing way better than we thought we were. We are 84 out of 80 Overall, I kind of figured I was going to hit 80, but I wanted to go above my target. I don't know if that's going to help me out at all at the end of the season or whatever, but I was really hoping to get that one. Accolades, I have three tier 2s. I have a top 10 finish. Tier 2 is when I get 50 of those. Tier 3 would it be? I guess I'd move up to tier 3 when I get 50 of those. Podium finishes, I got 10, and then once I get 50, I will get tier 3. And then championship points, once I hit 500, I will hit 200 tier 3 as well. Top 5 qualifying, I've done 7 out of 10. So, haven't I done 10? Maybe. Anyway, and then 19 out of 25 race starts. So, the very first race of the very next season, I will get tier 2. Rivals, teammate, Oscar Piastri, same thing. Anyway, that was the race. 2 wins in a row is kind of shocking for me, but Coda, actually Singapore and Coda back to back is kind of unfair because those I'm not great. I'm better. I feel like I'm better at Singapore than I am at Coda, but I spent a lot of time at Coda when I first started getting into the F1 games because it was the only American track. You know what I mean? I gotta stay at home. And then Miami came out, and then Las Vegas came out, and Coda. I like Miami the best out of the 3. I won't lie, but Coda, it's been there the longest, so I still spend more time on Coda than I do the other 2. Anyway, but we are lucky because that is actually, and I mean actually, the video. We only have very few races left as we look at the season results. We have Mexico, Brazil, Vegas, Qatar, and Abu Dhabi. So literally 5 more races to go, and hopefully, and I mean hopefully, I get all 5 of those out before I go back to work on Tuesday. But if I don't, they will definitely be out by next Sunday. So the season will either be done before Tuesday morning, or it will be done Sunday. Expect Sunday. I'm just going to be honest with y'all. Expect Sunday. I want it done by Tuesday, but expect Sunday. Anyway, again, trying to keep this short and sweet because we had a very long intro. Mexico City is next. That's the video. If you liked it, please hit the like button. If you can't wait for the next one, hit that subscribe button. Those 2 buttons really just boost my confidence in doing something that I already like doing. And as much as I enjoy doing this, I really, really hope you guys enjoy watching. I don't know what it is you do outside of YouTube, but I hope you enjoy your life doing it, and I will catch you next time.